Hi, it's Belinda, the Aussie Stitcher, coming to you this 20th of July 2024, here for a little bit of a different video. This is going to be my 2025 planned video with some potential starts. They either may get started, they may not get started. But if I'm going to start anything, these are the ones I want to start. I'm going to show you quite a lot of potential starts, but that doesn't mean that any of them will get started. So, seems a little bit weird doing a planning video mid-year, but I really liked my rotation this year, which was half started by StitchNButton last year. I had my 4 whips, maybe 5, that I wanted to work on every month, and then she gave me one whip randomly out of my whip list to work on 3 monthly, and then another whip that I worked on just for 1 month, and I really liked it. And this year I did the same, but I did it by myself. She didn't organize anything, and I'm going to do the same next year. So if you're new and you're just finding this, because this is going to be kind of like a mini whip parade, because I'm going to be showing you 90% of my whips. The only ones I won't be showing is the ones that I show in my normal videos. I'm looking down at my notes, sorry. So this year, my normal every month whips were Outback Storm by Heaven and Earth, Anzac by Long Dog Sampler, Autumn Queen by Mirabilia. I did have A Perfect World by The Scarlet House, but I finished that, and I've subbed that in with Vintage Birds by Jeanette Douglas. And I did have Lady Rose by Joan Elliott, but I finished that, and I'm subbing in Sleeping Beauty, which I haven't actually worked on since that's the 5 whips. And then I'll have 4 quarterly whips, or quarterly? 1 whip for every 3 months, so that's not quarterly, is it? Oops. And this year it was Inspirations by the Rosemead Manor, And a Forest Grew by the Rosemead Manor, March Fairy by Mirabilia, and The Day Nymph by Mirabilia. There's going to be a little change up there, but not much. And then I randomly picked 12 whips that I actually picked during my whip parade end of last year. But this year I just put the rest of my whips on the Tiny Decision app, and I did not cheat. I kind of wanted to at some point, because not everything I really kind of wanted to work on came, but enough, mostly I think by 2 whips. Everything was new and different, which was the idea. I want to get progress on my whips. I have too much whips to work on in 1 year, because I'm not the biggest stitcher. I average around 5,000 to 6,000 stitches a month. So this way I get to touch on different whips, plus focusing on whips to whip down. And then I've got a whole pile of maybe starts. Go figure. Sorry, coffee time. So I'm going to go through, first up, my monthly whips that are going to be my focus, then the 1 whip every 3 months, and then the 12 whips for the 1 monthly, and then my maybe starts. Don't know how long this is going to be. Don't know if I'm going to get it all in one go. It is a Saturday, kids are around, husband is working, he's in and out. This could be a lot of stopping, starting, and I apologize. But it is that busy time of the year. It has been awesome. It's been raining, which means lots to do, lots of spraying, rock picking. We also have sheep, so lots of sheep work to happen. and just generally farm maintenance. Paddocks need to be, like fences need to be organised and a whole bunch of stuff. I'm in a different angle, so you're going to see a door with kids maybe walking out. Try and stop some of the glare in my glasses. Right, so one of the big whips that we'll be working on and I should say I usually try and do a roughly 1,000 stitches a month. I might have to move my angle because that's really not a good angle for the kids. So I might just stop this, shuffle a bit, so my poor children don't have to do that. Alrighty, we're back. Back to show you some things. First whip, which will not get finished anytime soon, is Outback Storm. I'm not going to show a progress pic because I am in my middle of my monthly rotations on everything, so I'm not going to show you the pic, but I'll show you the cover pic, and I hope to get another 12,000 stitches next year, which is what, roughly 2-page finishes. I want this finished preferably in the next 10 years, but I don't think it will get done. It is huge. It's done on 20 count hardhanger, which I don't actually recommend doing, 2/2 full cross, and it slips. That's probably the only issue I have with it, not the size or anything. It slips really easy between the fabric. So my next monthly one that I normally have been doing, and I will finish about halfway through next year maybe, is Anzac by the Long Dog Sampler, which I'll show you the cover pic here. So when I finish that, my next whip that will be a focus, that kind of in this very special bag that was gifted to me by Stitching May. I love Doctor Who, so would have to be up there with my favourite bags. I don't know who it's by. Oh, this is one very ratty, but it's also a Long Dog Sampler, and it's a very ratty cover. And this was the very first Long Dog Sampler I ever did, and I was a start along with Stitching May and Sammy J Stitches and maybe a couple of other people, and I can't remember anymore. And I just love it. And I think this was my first foray into 36 count fabric called Bittersweet, which I got from 123 Stitch. And for such a big project, I don't have a lot done. Yes, you can go on your iPad.
Sorry, I'm just going to go past this, I think.
I love it though. So this definitely won't get done anytime soon. So this will be a monthly project until it's done. Love it. Started on the 1st of October in 2018. High time to get this started and get it done. Sorry, more coffee. Now the next focus whip, which will hopefully be finished this year, fingers crossed, all going well, should be finished by about October, November, is Autumn Queen. She's actually on my frame at the minute. Here is a cover pic. So when this one is done, I am deviating slightly because the idea is I work on all the season queens until they're finished. But when that one is done, I am going to bring out, this is a bag that was gifted to me by a friend called Melody. Where is it? It is the Day Nymph by Mirabilia, using the Valdani threads, which I don't necessarily love, but they are beautiful. Do I have a tag on here? Right, so fabric is 32 count Belfast by Under the Sea Fabrics, and it's ZEPHYRUS. This will be an easy finish. Give it 2-3 months into next year and this will be finished. Not a very big Mirabilia at all. Once this is finished, and I do apologize, I don't like apologizing, but I am going to apologize. If you're wearing earphones, the zipping can be quite loud. I wear headphones when I watch all the videos, but there's a lot to show and I have lost charts and fabric just fallen out, got misplaced in something else, so I want to keep it all together. So once that is finished, and this is probably going to take me around 18 months to finish, in this Emily C bag. Is Winter Queen. So I have finished Summer Queen, then I've done Autumn Queen, then I'll do Winter Queen, and then Spring Queen, and then Royal Holiday. So, and this is on, I don't think I've got my little card in here. It's, oh yes it is. 32 count Belfast in Glacier by Picture This Plus. I have these little cards that came in project bags when I brought from StitchNButton, and they're amazing. So, and this is where I am with that one. This is why it's going to take 18 months. It's going to take me a good year to get through that dress. And then I will have the top bit to do. And I don't think this is as further along. It should actually take 2 years. As I said, I do 1,000 stitches a month. So you're looking at roughly 12,000 stitches a year on this piece. It's going to take me a bit. Now, sorry. Now I am doing Vintage Birds until it's finished. And when that is finished, I am going to bring out in this StitchNButton bag the 3 Things sampler, which is enormous. And this is another one that's going to take a while, but I'm hoping realistically, I reckon this is going to take another 18 months. But I'm hoping maybe a little bit earlier. Just come in, it's all good. We have very loud doors. And this is done on a 36 count, 1/1. And it looks like just like an off-white ivory. But yeah, the fabric is huge, so it's going to take a while. Right, and that is my every month whips for 2023. Oh no. No. I've missed one. So I am doing this year, and I will show you it because I haven't actually stitched them at all. Sleeping Beauty by Joan Elliott. This was a gift. The whole thing was a gift from Stitching May for one of my birthdays. Maybe not the fabric, but she gave me the threads, this little stitching pouch, and this is she's a bag lady. I'll put her down below. She still makes bags, and they are beautiful. So this is on 32 count Belfast, Picture This Plus Bashful, and I'm not quite halfway. So I will work on this until it's done, and I'm guessing I'm going to get this done next year. So when this one is done, I am going to pull out. Did I bring it? I did. When that one is done, in this Stitch and Button bag is my oldest Joan Elliott. I actually thought that one was, but it's this one when I went through it. The Christmas Blue Fairy Angel. And I have done this. This is on a 32 count Belfast in a dye which still dyes but just doesn't seem to be very popular. It's either Angel Wings and Mermaid's Tails, or Mermaid's Tails and Angel Wings. It is opalescent, and I would like to get this done. I'm actually not a fan of necessarily opalescent and Belfast anymore, and the combination can be a bit hard, but we are going to get this done, or I'm going to get this done. And that is roughly my every month whips for 2025. For the every 3 months, my 4 whips, one of them is the March Fairy, which I cannot show you because she is this 3 months whip, but I will show you the rest. So I'll show you a photo here of the March Fairy by Mirabilia. And this Emily C bag is Inspirations, which I have worked on this year. And if you watched my last Flosstube, I kept this out until I only had a little bit of the top page to go, and I wanted it done. So I kept it out. This is on 32 count Gold Digger's Map by Colour Cascades. So, and that's where we are. And I am hoping to get a good chunk of that next row. When the 3 things sampler is done, who knows, these might be done together, but this will take that rotation until it's done. Do love it. It is a very older chart. 2007. Not looking forward to some of the 1/1 in there. Put that one over there. This one hasn't come up yet in this year's rotation. This will be July, August, September, October, November, December rotation. But this is And a Forest Grew. Also, and I was right, by Rosewood Manor. This is on 36 Tycho by Picture This Plus. This is a massive one. When Rosewood Manor inspiration is done, this will take its place. So I kind of, in my head, I've got an order, and hopefully I'll just keep working at it for 3 months, get 3,000 stitches in, which is not a lot on such a big project, but it will get to the point where I'll make a focus, and then it won't hopefully take years. And the last one in this in this Stitch and Button bag, is Heartstring Sampler, the Scary Sampler. I'm not 100% sure what I would do with this when it's finished, but I love how there's so much part of this that is, you know, books that I've read, movies that I've watched, TV shows that we watched, like, yeah, love it. Now this is on, I don't know if I've got it in here. I am using the full colours. So it looks like another typo. Oh, nope, it is. Colour and Cotton, Salt Rock, 36 count. And I'm doing this 1/1. And that's where I'm up to with that. Is that the front? Yep, it is. But yeah. I'm not in as hurry to finish this. If this looks like it's going to be an easier finish to do, then I'll do this after inspirations. But yeah. Right. More coffee. Right, now we come to the 12 whips that will randomly get chosen. I'll have that on that tiny decision app, and spin it, and it will just tell me to work on that whip for that month. This is an Emily C bag. I should say that Emily C is no longer doing bags. And this is Circle of Friends by Mirabilia. And this is on, I don't know what it's on. It's on a 32 count Belfast. But I don't know who the designer is. There we go. I had to double look because that looked like it was like, I could barely see the stitching here, but when I look at it, I can see it really clearly. So, but that's where we're up to. So this will get, all of these whips will get 1,000 stitches, hopefully in that month, and then it'll get put away. But I haven't worked on this year, and I don't know if I worked on it last year, so it'll be good to get some stitches in. This one in a Stitch and Button bag. And I started this one, I'm pretty sure it was this one, for Vicky's birthday. Is Dragon and the Fairy by Joan Elliott. This is stitched on 28 count Lagana by that Picture and Plus. And this one definitely needs some love. Absolutely needs a little bit more love in it. I actually thought I had more done. Try not to slurp. My coffee's going cold and I want to take big mouthfuls because I don't want to waste it. Right. That last bag that I showed you is Jan's Stitching Necessities. It's written in this one. This is another one of those. And it's a beautiful bag. And this one, do I have the picture? No, I don't seem to have it. I might have to Google it. It is Mermaid of the Pearls by Mirabilia. And this is stitched on Sweet Child of Mine by Colour Cascade. 32 count. And this is where we are. I am using the 8 braid Kreinig, and I am liking how it just gives it a bit more dimension. Not necessarily awesome to work with, but I am loving the look of it. I wonder where that went to. Right, in this Stitch and Button bag is one that I started, and I'm actually thinking very strongly it's going to be a restart on some different fabric. This is Lynart's Fairy Elf, Fantasy Elf Fairy. I don't necessarily love how they did the face, but I loved the rest of it. Not loving this fabric. And I have got the barest of barest starts, and I'm thinking very strongly, yeah, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, well, we're not stitching on this. We're going to change it. It's like a 27 count anyway. I have, that went colouring a bit weird, fabric that can be light enough that we can use it, because I think it does need the light fabric because it is so colourful, but not loving that fabric, and it feels funny. So when I pull that out to do it, I'm pretty sure that's going to be a restart. This is a bag, Little Yellow House Needleworks, Little Nell, the Little House something something. She used to make bags, she used to make videos. I actually don't know if she still does, but she doesn't make bags anymore. This has my Joan Elliott, The Time Traveller, which I loved, and this reminded me so much of when we got the female Doctor in Doctor Who. This is stitched on 4 Fairy by Colour Cascade, 32 count. And I've got 1 page out of 4 done. And I just love it. And that umbrella just looks amazing. Can't wait to get back on this one. This one, I think, let me look at my list. 2, maybe 2 of these were called that I stitched on this year. The rest are all ones I haven't worked on this year, and highly possible didn't work on last year either. Okay, we have Forest Goddess by Mirabilia. Who can tell how many whips I have? That's majority of Joan Elliott and Mirabilia, because they got picked the most. This is on Picture This Plus Highlander, 28 count, Lugana. And this has the smallest of small starts. I reckon this would have been my start. So it definitely needs another 1,000 stitches. Loving the colours though. Yeah. I hadn't actually looked at these when I pulled them. I just pulled them and wrote them down. So looking back and going, oh my goodness, they do need to be worked on. This is a bag by Terry Lee Crafts. When she did bags, she doesn't do them anymore, and I was lucky to pick up a couple. And this is Emerald Mermaid by Mirabilia. And this is stitched on, well, it's not an opal, Colour and Cotton 28 count casual CIELO, and it was a restart on the 17th of the 3rd 2023. Yep, definitely needs some more work. I actually don't know if it's really this way or that way, but we're going to pretend it goes this way for now. And loving that fabric. I am a bit dark today. As I said, I tried to have a window and open and move things around, but it made life a bit difficult for the kids trying to leave their room. Now this one, I'm pretty sure got called today, and this is in a special bag that my friend Melody made. And it is so special. Just move everything out of the way, because she's cross stitched that and made it into a bag. And it just means the world to me. Right, Fairy Flora by Mirabilia. And I don't know what the fabric is. Which way does it go? I think it goes this way. This is what I've done. It's actually been called a couple of times. So I've actually got like 2,000 or 3,000 stitches on there, but it doesn't look like a lot. So it'd be good to get some more stitches in there. Big is it? It doesn't look like. Oh yeah. Design area is 8 inches by 20 inches, so it's 26 inches. It'll be enough. Right. Then we have, in this Emily C bag, The Dancing Butterfly by Joan Elliott. And this is stitched on Joberlin, 28 Joberlin by Fabrics by Steph, but I don't know the name. Oh dear. And this is another whip that definitely needs at least 1,000 stitches. That's pretty sad. When did I start it? 2019. Oh my God. And I don't think I've touched it since, obviously. So definitely needs some love. I know I started that one with Felicity, and I think she's at least halfway done by memory. Could be wrong. What was it? Dragonfly. Oh, I can't remember. Pretty sure it was that one. In Dragonfly Fairy by Joan Elliott. It's in this Stitch and Button bag. Just so beautiful. This is 32 count. I have like 3 cards in here. 32 count even weave, and that's all I know about it. I don't know who the designer is. But this one, I have done a reasonable amount. And that's the back. Yeah, this one's actually a little bit more substantial than the others. But I'm loving those colours. The little dragonflies that are coming through. Right. In this Jan's bag is my heaven, no, it's not heaven and earth, it is creating creations, the golden finch blossom, and I'll put it up here. This is stitched on 25 count 1/1 cross stitch, and this is my little start. There's actually quite a few thousand stitches in that. So I'm glad that this will get a little bit more love. And lastly, but not least, is in this Emily C bag, is Royal Holiday by Mirabilia, which I did work on this year. But it doesn't hurt to have a bit more love because that is a big lady. And this is stitched on 32 count Glacier by Picture This Plus. So this will get a little bit more love as well. And that is actually a fairly, it's all been showing pretty good of what the fabric actually looks like. But yeah, it'll be good to get a little bit more done. Right, so that ends the widths that I'll be working on next year. Now for the maybe starts. Do I even want a sip of my probably cold coffee now? Not as nice as it was. We'll move it over there. Right, there's a lot here. No guarantee I will stitch on it, but these are the ones that have caught my eye. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I would like to do that. So in the Stitch and Button bag, I have Our Forest Embroidery. Not sure what it's called, but it's that one there. And I'll be using the fabric that came with it and the floss. And I've had these for a while, and this one just, I've got a couple, but this one just spoke to me that little bit more. And yes, I took it out of the box and ripped the box head off, so I had a picture of it. I might actually do it more of a cut so it doesn't look so rustic. But no, that just, I really liked the look of that one. Right, in this Emily C bag. This would be one of the very first samplers I ever brought, and I brought it because one, I liked it, and two, my husband is from Scotland. He's from the Aberdeenshire, and I have yet to start it. So a Scottish sampler by Elizabeth Marsden. Don't know if I'll be doing all the specialty stitches. For whatever reason, I've got two fabrics picked out. I either got 36 count Tyco or Colour and Cotton Tea and Dye, both 36 count. And completely, I'm actually thinking it'll be Tyco. But we'll see. Haven't got the colours for it yet, but I'll be doing it in DMC and not the silks. So that one really should get started, and it looks so beautiful. In this Terry Lee Crafts bag is, I've never done an ink circles, so I've picked out this one. I think it's the only one I actually own as well. Circus D whatever. I'm not gonna butcher it. I have got Platinum Edinburgh linen, 36 count. And Silks for You, I don't know the number because all my numbers got mixed up, but when I started I'll look it up, but I've picked this silk to go on this, and I really like it. That is going to look amazing. Sorry guys, if you're wearing headphones, I know it can be annoying. It's not what I thought should have been in here. In this Emily C bag is the Moonlight Sampler by the Blue Flower. I've never done a blue flower, and this just looks amazing. So it says, through my soul may set in darkness. Thought my soul may set in darkness, it will rise in perfect light. I have loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night. And it's got a whole bunch of animals in it. I have got all the called for threads, and I've got a 36 count oyster shell by Fox and Rabbit hand dyed linen. And I think that will look pretty good. And that will be my first time using, unless I start something else with it, with another Fox and Rabbit linen. All right, in this Emily C bag, it will be a restart, which I'm hoping to get done this year. And this is the Moonlight Sampler, not Moonlight Sampler, Moonflowers by Mirabilia. I had started on some fabric, I wasn't happy with it. It was going to be a little bit tight. I don't think mine was necessarily a good fit, and my Krynic, which I had a lot of that, like it was like 2 spools of that Krynic, literally matched my fabric, and I didn't like it. So I've got this hand dyed fabrics by Lori Safrim, and I'm going, I might have a little bit of trouble with that pillow. That might not be the right fabric for it either. Pretty sure I did a floss toss and it looked good, but I might have to do another one. Okay, that's going in the maybe pile. Really, really maybe pile. Another restart is going to be Rapunzel in this Stitch and Button bag. And this was on a pink sparkly fabric. And it's not, the person who is going to get this, my daughter doesn't like pink, this particular daughter, I have 3. She likes purple. So I've changed the fabric up a bit. So it's Rapunzel by Mirabilia. And it's going to be on Lavender Fields, 32 count by Colour Cascades. And I'm really happy with that one. Another maybe start in a Mirabilia. This one is Michaela picked out that she would like me to do for her, the Petal Fairy. And she also picked out the fabric, which is Peep Do by Seraphim and by Dyed Fabrics by Lori. And it's pretty out there, but we'll give it a go. The wings might be a bit iffy, but I think everything else will be fine. In this Stitch and Button bag is the companion piece to A Perfect World. It is Seeking Refuge. And it says, when the world seems to be out of control, I find a way to nurture my soul, seeking refuge with needle and thread, the anguish and anxiety that no longer I dread. And I'll be doing it on the same fabric that I did a perfect weld in, and or the the called for threads. And apparently I've got 2 widths in here, maybe widths. The other one in here is a shepherd's song, which I've also fully kicked up. Plum Street. I don't think I've actually started a Plum Street. And it's the same fabric as this one. So we never know. Which one will I do? We're nearly there, guys. In this melody bag is, I own so many of this designer's works and I haven't started one. So Teresa Koget's Remember Me. That has got to be up there to start. I've got a couple of the threads and fabric, Fibre on a Whim, Cream and Sugar. $36 count. And I never stitched on Fibre on a Whim fabric either. So that would be cool. I have officially reached that age. We're sitting down on the floor with my legs crossed and then getting up and moving. It's like someone's injured me. It hurts and I can feel it. I can feel my butt hurting. I can feel my legs hurting. I've been sitting down for nearly an hour and it's telling me, you're too old for this. You need to find another way. Now I haven't got fabric for this one. This is a Stitch and Button bag, but I would like to stitch the Red Sky at Night, Shepherd's Delight for Will, my son. But it says Red Sky, Sailor's Delight. I would like to change it to, well, I couldn't change it at all, but I would like to stitch this. So it's Perischooler, but it's one of the new reprints. It's not very good fabric paper. 2 more. In this Stitch and Button bag is a long dog sampler. I will definitely start one of the long dogs, this one or the next one. This is Lo and Behold. And this is, I don't know if I've got, this is 36 count Morning Dove by Lakeside, I think. So 36. And I'm going to use Silks for You. And again, I don't have the numbers on me, but when I actually started, I'll look up the number. So that is, I kind of can't wait for that one. Now, in my last update, you may have heard that I had tried to do a start and it didn't work out. Didn't love my fabric. Sorry, that was probably really irritating. In this Stitch and Button bag is You Belong to Me. Now the thread I've picked is a Silks for You, and I've taken it out, but it was like a fox and rabbit linen, and it was, I think it was dust bunnies, and it just didn't look good. Now, this is the colour fabric that I'm going to choose, but it's not the fabric. It's a little bit too small. So I had to order, and I went with 40 count. I don't like stitching on 40 count, but 36 count meant I needed a fat half, and a lot of it would be like fabric I wouldn't need, and on a 36 count, and I don't do a lot of small progress. Where if I went to a 40 count, I could do it on a fat quarter, and it would fit just right, and there'd be no wasted. So that's what I ended up doing. So this is the colour fabric I'm going to use, and it's Fox and Rabbit Linen Mayflower to go with that. Oh, love it. It's just perfect. So happy. But it's in there, so it reminds me. Now the only other maybe start is another Mirabilia, and it's the one that my oldest daughter Sophie picked out, and I've put that in a project bag in a really safe spot. I can't find it. It's just in a really, really safe spot. If I find it, I'll put a picture here. It's a Mirabilia. I think it's not Forest Goddess. It's the other one, like not that goddess. It's the one with the big like antlers and stuff. I'll pop a picture here. And if I find it, everything, I'll put a picture of it with the fabric. Otherwise, it'll be just the cover picture. And that's it. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a little bit different. It was, you know, planning and baby starts and, oh my God, I'm feeling so old. I'm gonna move. That was really hurting. Definitely have reached that age where I think I need to maybe sit elsewhere to do videos from now on, because it bloody hurts. And getting up is going to be painful. But thank you for, if you've watched this, I mean, it's might not be your cup of tea or coffee, but thank you for, if you have watched it, thank you for your likes, your comments, your subscribing. Thank you for being you. You guys are amazing. I am 2 weeks ago, up to 8 years on doing Flosstube, which puts it in perspective. William is turning 10 this year, so he was, what, not even 18 months, 2 years? Maybe 2 years. Something like that when I started. So, you've been around for a while. Watched my family grow up. My oldest leaves home next year. She's going to Scotland for 12 months. Maybe longer. We don't know. She's going to go over there, and she's got grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins, and she's going to have a fabulous time. All the kids would like to do this. So she leaves school at the end of the year. She's in year 12, and then so much has changed. You know, in the last 2 years, we moved on to a farm that we owned. So much has happened and changed, and a lot of you have been with me from the beginning. So a massive thank you. Thank you so much for my rambling, listening to me ramble, I should say, listening to me pick up my mistakes. It's been amazing, and I have enjoyed all of it. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you next time. Happy stitching. Bye.